Here we go on a test ride. This 93 Duckworth Magnum. My man points just went up about 10 with this, just getting behind the wheel of this machine. I can feel like I'm in a military boat going through the swamps, and I got a machine gun on the front and a crew, but it's not there, but there could be one there. All right, we're gonna test this out, see how everything runs on it, make sure everything's cope, highlight any issues that we see with the boat, and also all the cool gear that it has. This boat does have a lot going on in it, that is for sure. So first things first, the keychain comes with it. It's a quick fish, and that's the ignition key, so you'll never lose it again. Can't lose that. But in all seriousness, we do have a lot of switches. We've got the depth sounder right here, so we've got a good old unit in depth right there, showing us how deep we are. We also have a hook 7 on the Florence side. We'll fire that off. We have anchor light here, and then we've got a whole bunch of accessories that aren't even being used. We've got our fuel gauge here. Looks like we're full. It did come down when we turned it off. Voltage here, we're sitting up about 13.5, so that's good. Then we've got our RPMs here. Oil pressure and temperature's just been working its way up since we just started the boat up. Fired right off. There's no issues on startup. A couple turnovers, fired. It's EFI. It's an 8.1 liter, so this boat has plenty of power. Plenty of power. This boat does have the ability to move out. All right, these are for the lights up above. This one right here, it'll turn on, but it won't rotate up and down. It'll go side to side. Those are both on and off right there. Aft deck light. There is a lot of electrical over here, which has been discontinued. It's just got a panel there. You could re-bring that up, or you could just leave it out. It's up to you. Yeah, kind of a rad setup here with this cabin inside. Let's go ahead and let's see how it runs though. Right now we're just sitting it here. I'm gonna go ahead. So you got your controls here. There's your throttle control there. Then we got the bucket control, which that puts us in neutral. And then this takes it to reverse, and then you can add throttle, and we'll, oh, there we go, backwards. There we go. And then put that back into forward, and then we can hit the gas there and get going. See, it's raining outside, we don't care. There's a heater in this boat too. I guess we better turn that on as well. And that control is, I remember seeing it right here. You got your heat control right there. Turns on the blower. It's got a stereo. Got ducts up here. I can feel the heat. Duct there. Okay, here we go. We're in gear. I'm gonna go ahead and give it some gas. We'll start running it up. We'll bring it up a little slower first time. Let's get it up on the plane here. We'll see where our planing speed is first. Starting to set down now. Likes that 35 miles an hour. Seems to be holding pretty good. Really good cruising speed right here. Balances really well. That's not bad. only when you're full out, and I don't know when you would ever be able to run this boat full out that long. So this is really set up to burst and go. So it has lots of power. Do pretty good. It's actually fairly controlled. So you put it into a turn here. This boat's name is the General, and I can see why now. Because you get after it, put that in gear, and you're out here, and you see another boat. I'm telling you, they're gonna stand up straight when they see this thing coming. This is a machine. Just stick that. Yeah! That's power. Checked there. We've got wipers checked, horn good, blowers on for the back, nav lights here right there. I don't know, I can't see them because they're on the front and the back. One thing I've always liked about jets though is that you can hover it, so when you come up to the dock, you know, you don't have to drop the bucket all the way to reverse. You can just put it back a little bit and that'll just pull you back against the wind or something, just the right amount. Makes it so that you can seriously just hover right next to where you want to be, because you can infinitely adjust that thrust just by moving that lever more or less, because it drops that bucket down a little bit more, or pushing it forward a little bit lifts the bucket up from the middle. So neutral sits right in the middle of the thrust nozzle in the back, and that sends half of it forward, half of it backwards. There's a lot of fish in this lake. Okay, yeah, so we're doing that. We're good there. Get everything checks out. We'll show you all the other items while we're on. This is everything running though. We've got the motor running, the kicker motor. Let's go start up that cold really quick, just to give us an idea and make sure everything goes good when it's just cold. I'm also going to shut this main motor off here. We'll shut that off and we'll go start the trolling motor. Got a little tilt trim switch back here that runs up and down this electric trim. Okay, so we're gonna see start position here. We're gonna choke it. We're gonna pump the bulb a little bit. Neutral. There we go, unchoked. This thing was probably winterized, that's probably why it's smoking. There we go. Cleared out. Running really nice. Listen, idle's down, you can't even hear it. See, this is a must on this boat. This 15 horse is perfect because big engine, shut it off, go to the little fuel efficient little gas 15 horse. You're really going to be doing a lot of fishing with this. The other thing is look, I can get in right here next to it. There's not like a normal boat. You have a lot of offshore bracket boats. You'll have this compartment here. This does not have it, so I can get right next to this motor. I don't feel like I'm way far away. Go ahead and run it here. Another thing that's nice on the jet motor is you don't have to put it up and down. You don't ever have to worry about it. That's pretty cool. Okay, there we go. Well, let's give it a full out run. Let's make sure everything opens up. Probably a good 6 miles an hour there. Actually shows it on the screen there. We were going about 4.8 knots. So right about there. Neutral. Let the boat slow down a little bit. We had a lot of momentum there. Back and down. There we go. There we are. Neutral. And let's use our lift, bring it on up. It's actually a nice setup on that motor. Because not only is it lifting it and trimming it, it's also lifting it up. It's actually going up as well, lifting it higher. Okay, we're going to fire off the main engine here. So we'll just restart here. We'll give her a quick run and go put it away. Put it into a turn and it started sliding. It was a ride. Okay, we'll go load this up. We're good to go. All right, start here at the tongue of the trailer. We got a 2 5/16 inch ball that we first go into with that coupler. All welded up here, super solid. We also have a welded on jack, which if you look at this jack, it's all sealed up. Like there's no way for this to actually get water down into it. And so that's probably why it still works, because it looks like it's original to the boat. We've got a 2-speed winch on the front here. But this thing kind of is a little bit choppy when you're going. You'll feel it when you run it. However, I found that I really don't need to use that very much when I'm doing this because of how we're able to load the boat. We were able to push the boat up onto the trailer, you know, run it up. It's a jet, so you don't have the prop down there and stuff, but you just give it a little boost and get the depth just right, and it just slides right up on there. It's got Teflon, and then it just sat there and stayed, and we were able to just hook this up and couple turns, and it was cinched down. I did get to the top because of the angles, and when the boat was pulled out of the water, because it was in deep, when the boat pulled out, it kind of pulled back away from the stops here. And so when I just got to the top of the ramp, I just hit the brakes on the truck and slid it all the way snug, with the winch tight on it already, and then just pulled it the rest of the way on there, and that made it really easy. You've got a spare up front here, and this here is coated with, I believe it's a urethane type coating underneath here, and so this is very durable. It goes underneath the bow here, so you have some durability running up on stuff. You know, in through this boat, I want to show you, there are little dings and nicks, but the boat's been painted up. It looks really good, but you do have dings and nicks down the side of it and things, but this is one bad to the bone boat. I'm telling you right now, this thing is a serious machine. Okay, we've got the river anchor on here with the brake, or with the clips, locked in a nest there. It looks like a harpoon or something, but it's rad. We're going to show you in the front of the boat when we get in, but just a glance up there, there's so much space up at the bow of this boat. It really becomes a boat where you have the front and the back section. You know, you're competing the front fishermen against the back fishermen or something like that, because there's room on both sides of the cabin. Plus it has a full enclosed cabin with a bulkhead and everything, so that's super rad. Even if, for example, you were just going to run this jet for a few more years and you're like, okay, if you want a jet, great, but man, if you offshore bracketed this thing and put a outboard on it, this thing would be an amazing hull. It's got so much metal, you could build like 5 boats out of this one boat if you melted it down. Obviously, we get the big guards here, big old rubber bumpers. No worrying about putting out fenders. This boat doesn't use fenders. You just save money not even buying fenders. You got that right there to protect you. We've got the cool General Star on the side. We've got rod holders here on the side of the house, all welded up, super clean. And tires, they all look like they're in good shape, and they're all matching, so that's awesome. All around, that's good. It's got a uhmw glides on here as well as on the bunks, so you don't have any carpet to replace there, so that saves some effort right there as well, so easier to run that. Nice big steps to get up onto the side here if you need to get in and out. You can also go off of the transom as well, but we're going to walk around here first, look at the jet pump. So we've got the Hamilton pump, we've got the clean out here as well on it. So we've got the stomp clean out grate clean out here. Got a tow post here because you know what, you're going to probably tow in some boats with this boat just because you're going to be the first person they call. You might want to enlist your number. Suzuki 15 horse, ran out good. Geared down props, so it runs really nicely that way. It's got this really cool Panther tilt trim bracket, gets it out of the water all the way without having to do any pivoting. It's all on the button there. It does have these underlight LED lights, which when it's dark out and you turn those on, it just glows the water around it. It's really neat looking. And got a nice Duckworth badge here. Looking down the side, this side's got a couple of dings down here and there. Here, but all in all, you know, it's a machine. It's a battle wagon. Okay, looking over here. Top inside here, we'll show you more around what's going on inside the boat. All right, so we do have this sorting table here on top. This is really nice if you got if you're doing some crabbing or something off the side of the boat. But whatever you want to use it, it does have this nice sorting table on it. But this does come off, so you can take this out. And that is removable from the boat. I'll just set it here for now. And then we can take a look inside here on the engine. Actually, it needs to go up. I also noticed too, one thing that's really rad about this setup is how easily accessible the engine is once the house is up out of the way. Look at this. Like, if you need to work on this thing, you can get to everything on this engine. So that's super nice too. We got the 8.1 liter. All maintenance is up on it. A heat exchanger here. Everything looks pretty good all around. This is one of an extremely reliable motor. These ones are known for their reliability. Also, obviously, power too. But everything's packed in here. Everything's easily accessible from the outsides of the motor because it sits so high up out of the floor here with this motor cover. So that's pretty nice as well. Give a good look, a camera look over all the engine components here. Actually, I'm going to move this top out of the way a little bit. Let's see if we can get into the batteries back here. Now this cowling this cover comes off too to give you more room, but as of right now, I want to keep this cover intact here. We'll put it back down and show you the back side there. Okay. Drop that back down. I'm going to slide that forward actually. You don't mind, I'm not, because it's got the back. Try to make more room for you to see. Okay. The fire suppression system, automatic fire I can't even say that word anymore. We got a seacock here for the water inlet back there for the wash down. Get to the pump right here. So again, quite open, starter right there. Easy access on everything. These panels come off too, even open you up a little bit more room. Batteries, that panel lifts up here for access to the batteries. Optima in there. Nice. Look like good batteries there. Auto bilge pump in there. I see the Sahara 1100 gallon per hour. Just put that cover back on here. Okay. I need these things to settle right over that motor, and it's done. So that's good. One of the concerns you'll probably have with this is this smaller area between the door and the motor cowling. So I can get through here without touching it. It is a little bit of an exercise for the most part. You got to remember you got a huge bow on this boat too, so this is splitting your space between two areas. But it's not too bad to get through here. I can get through this side too, and so the door will be shut. When it's shut, you might. Right, you can squeeze through here still, but you also remember too, this is a great seating area, rigging area, all that stuff. If you have a barbecue and you're doing a catch and cook, right here is a great spot for that too. So you have that, so that it becomes your table and an engine. Going inside the cabin, come and check this out in here. A lot of people are down on carpet, but I'm all for carpet on the inside of a cabin because first of all, the sound deadening that it gives you, as well as the insulation. As you saw, we ran it. The heater works good, warmed the boat up. I had to open the window. It got so warm so fast, and we're probably only at 50 degrees outside and stuff. So we got our red. You know why red is such a good color in the water at night is because it doesn't dilate your pupils. I learned that. I wonder why the submarines always use red lights in them. So we've got lights both sides here. And we've got a bench seat here, so you got a couple seats in there. We got suspension underneath these main helm seats. We got a cool fishtail stuff here. That comes with it too. He said it could. And we got a couple extras here and things, but storage under the seat boxes. There we go. Some more here. Very good. Stretch a bed across there if you want to. Sheesh. It's cool. Some grab handles up top here. Good space. Look at that head clearance too. I'm 6'1". 6'1", I can walk straight through here. Okay. Get a good overview of the dash there. Oh, we also have, forgot about this, so much stuff in this boat. It's got so much stuff going with it here. But we got the Hummingbird here. It's an older 160, and it mounts in the back so that you can, when you're trolling and fishing, you can see at the back, you got a fire extinguisher here. Cover this back up. Actually have a nice Florence towel here. And then walking through, so there's a step up, and you step over. There's another step on the back side, so you can go through there hands-free. And it's got this right little anchor holder right here, so you can keep that. But man, there's a ton of room up here, like all day long. And like I said, this is where you can, this is where you put your turret for your, what are they called? Machine gun? Yeah. There, that's where it's for. I guess that's what those are for, I bet you, right there. Both machine gun mounts on both sides. Sorry. Okay, let's look up underneath here. Looks like that's screwed on. It used to be a compartment up there, but it's been screwed on, so there's probably something up under there. And our anchor deploy there. Storage here. Oh, sweet. Nice and clean in there. One thing is this guy got this boat cleaned up pretty darn good. Pretty big gunwales for sitting out here. Yeah, gosh, you do a lot with this thing. Fill it up with water, plug those up, fill it up with water. See, there's a washdown pump right there. Turn this into a little bathtub up here. Easy in and out. Sea salt hard top. I'll show you how this shuts and closes. So you see how it's actually quite easy. So you just swing in this front one first. There's these little quick hooks here. Lock that into place. And then this is just on the gas shocks. And that'll pull down here. And then hooks on each corner here. And it's all shut down. And you're back to a full enclosure. So there you go. Well, I'm sure there's a few things that we've missed here. However, you know, if you have questions, then just give us a call. We can go over it. We're always happy to video chat with you. If you want to jump on, we can use FaceTime, or we can use Messenger and Facebook, and we'll be able to message, or we'll be able to take you out and show you anything, because you'll probably have some questions on it. But the General, he's a machine, and there's it's kind of like it's everything in here is accounted for. Even though there's a lot of stuff, it seems very accounted for. When you settle it in right there, about 800 RPMs, it's cooking around 40 miles an hour, and it's stable and it sets in the water really good. But you've got more power after that, but that's the ideal spot. But it takes out whole shots good on it. The motor's fuel injected, so you're not dealing with carburation issues. And it's Kodiak engine setup, and those are put together really well on that Hamilton jet pump. All right, so we'll talk on this and get you in it. I think you have a lot of fun with this boat. I think somebody's gonna have a really good time with this boat. It's a neat boat. You're definitely gonna turn some heads. It's a cool boat, the General.